Have you thought any more what your plans might be?
I just take things as they come.
Just feel a little bit on the outside of all of this.
She's trying. It's just maybe her trying doesn't look like our trying.
I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Ruben. So you never consider the other option, the other ways of becoming a parent. And so I think it was that first series particularly felt very just very moving to me, and then because the growth within that, with her realizing, no, I can become a mom in this way, and actually I really want this. And then by the end of the first series, when they're at the adoption panel and she's having to prove herself to becoming that she can be a parent, if you're doing that quote unquote naturally, you don't have to prove to anyone. So it just seemed such that felt like a real even now that feels like a very moving journey that really hits me in a certain way.
But also the show explained a different meaning of what family is. And I was having a conversation with a friend about one of my favorite directors that he made the movie Choplifters, and it's a definition of what family is. We have an idea what family of kids and parents, but the show also showed that there's no just one definition of a family, because friends are also included. Even strangers sometimes are also included in welcoming to our lives. How was that? Because you're also executive producer. How was that processing of having that definition very clear from the beginning of there's not just one definition of what family is?
Yeah, but I think it's an important message to spread, isn't it? That it's because we're in a ever-evolving world where family does mean something different. Even in my own family, it's a family that is not the picture that I was sold of what family is. And there's such a beauty in opening that up and it involving, you're right, like different types of people, like even like neighbours, or it's because it's community, isn't it? And actually I think there's a really beautiful community within our trying world, and the people that the community that you see on screen. And I think it's that makes the show so successful, in that it makes people want to continue investing in this particular community, because also they're a community of good people. They're just ordinary good people. There's no one's bad. They're just flawed like we all are, and they're just all trying to navigate whatever life throws at them. And life can just throw you curveballs all the time. But if you've got your community around you, or your family, your chosen family, whatever that looks like, then that just makes life a bit easier, I think, or easier to manage.
Because usually on TV, on the 90s, where I grew up, we have this family already set up, mom, dad, and kids. But it's rarely, I can't remember, that we watch a family struggling to be naturally a parent, like adoption. Like we never saw the processing of adoption. And I think it's very important because you have to connect with a person to have it in your life and raise this person as your own.
Yeah, totally. And also it's different from country to country, the different processes that you go through. And you're right, it's so interesting to see what that process looks like. It's not just so simple of being like, do you know what, I'm gonna decide to adopt, and then someone gives you a child. Like it's not that. It's so, it's so involved. And actually another moment that I found even now like really moving is in series 2 when they're trying to be matched with their child, and then the moment that they find their it's just she's sat underneath a tree dressed as Bob the Builder, and Nikki sat on a bench, and she looks at her, and she just knows that that's her, like, and how beautiful, because that's something that's such a specific type of experience which is only unique to parents that are adopting or children that are being chosen. And it's I think it's nice to break the idea that we have of adoption, just to show what the reality is and the beauty of it and how hard that is as well.
I agree. If you haven't seen that movie from Japan, Yutokazu Koreeda, watch it. Shoplifter. He won the Palme d'Or a couple of years ago, and it's gonna match a lot with things that you show in Trying.
Hey, I'm gonna watch that. I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. Love the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Rafe. How are you, man?
I'm good, Ruben. How are you?
I'm excited. Thank you for doing this.
It's a pleasure.
As an actor, how big is a risk when you jump in time? Because now we have 6 years and we have new actors. You have a different mentality. Your daughter is searching for her mom. Like, so many things are happening now. Is that a big leap for you as an actor?
It's not really difficult for me. I think it was a risk from the writer's point of view, but I think it paid off, and I think it means that we can see a real growth and change in the characters. That's very important in a long-running TV show, I think, is that you want to see the characters have changed and evolved. One
of the things that I love about the show is the definition of family that we have, because we see a journey. We see your journey as wanting to be a father first, and then becoming a father, and then developing this love for a fatherhood. How involved are you? Because you're executive producer too. How involved are you, and what is your inspiration to create a character like this and evolving in camera like this?
Ultimately, the writer writes the show, Andy Wilson, but we have an input to a certain degree on the scripts, but we don't need that much input because the scripts are so good. But I think if you're playing the lead part in a show along with Esther Smith, my brilliant co-star, you have a certain level of authorship over it, and the writer then starts to write for us and bases certain things on conversations that we've had, but it's very much from his brain. But I'm very pleased to show such a positive representation of fatherhood. In my own life, I'm a father, and it's the most important aspect of my life. And to represent someone who's good at parenting, good at being a father, I think is a very positive thing for the world.
I remember one good friend of mine, he recommended the show even before I had the chance to do this interview. And he told me, this is a show that show kindness on TV. And we don't have that often, even when we show families, because we see a family already set up. If this is important message that you guys wanted to create in terms of being real, because when you're kind, when you feel this kindness of the show, because that's how I felt. Of course, I was probably predisposed this is important to show this message that the different kind of families, there's different kind of friendship, there's different kind of relationships. Of course, you have ups and downs, but the way you show it, it's just feel real.
That's very nice, and I'm very pleased that that's come across. But the reason it feels real is because I think that human beings are kind. I think that we are part of a culture where we have a 24-hour news cycle, where we go on our phones and we are constantly confronted with the worst of humanity. But in every day, we experience small acts of kindness. It makes the world go round. And as you were saying, families come in different shapes and sizes. Family means different things to different people. Families are defined by their dysfunction and by people who get it wrong but keep trying. And I think that's very representative of the human experience, which is why people respond to the show, I think.
Do you think that's the basic success? Because also what I love about this is so many people from different countries are watching. My friends in Latin America, I have recommended the show and they've been watching the show, and they just feel, because the idea that we have about British humor is dark, but this is way the opposite kind of humor that we see on the show. And it's very natural.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that, yes, it's a British show, but I think that ultimately comedy is pretty universal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that something is funny or it isn't, something is relatable or it isn't. The human experience transcends borders, nationality, and language. It's a human experience. It's like I can read Anna Karenina from Tsarist Russia, and all of the characters are familiar to me. People have always been the same. It doesn't matter if you're a Russian aristocrat. It doesn't matter if you're from Brazil or Chile or America or Russia or Italy. Humans are humans. The human experience is universal. And I think that's one of the reasons why the show has had a success around the world, is because it paints a picture of being human, regardless of where you're from.
I want to add that because also parenthood. I'm a father myself, and it's a constant fear of asking yourself if you're doing a good job.
Well, you're probably not doing a good job a lot of the time, and a lot of the time you are. But what matters is that you're still there, and you're still trying, and you're still trying to improve, and you get up every day and you go, right, it's a new day, man, I'm going to be better today. You might succeed and you might not. What matters is that you try again tomorrow.
Have you learned anything about the whole processing of people trying to adopt? Because season 2, this is the whole processing of connecting with a child. That child that is not from you. Did you learn anything new about that type of connection?
Yeah, just how difficult a process it is, and how much these people want it. And if you want to have children and you can't have them, it's one of the great tragedies of the human experience. And so it's I've got such admiration for these folks that choose to go on this journey. I was blessed with being able to have children very easily, and for people that can't, I've got such respect for people that deal with these issues, and people come up to us a lot who have gone through infertility, who go through adoption, and it really means a lot to them, this show.
Rafe, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for creating this show.